Hi guys, welcome back to another session on YouTube. And just give me a second so I can quickly check how I'm appearing in front of you guys. Yep, got it. Now I'll be able to read your comments. Let's just give it a minute and see if there are people joining in. Meanwhile, I'll quickly introduce the topic that we are discussing today. Yep, better. Just want to give a minute and see if there are people joining in, because today we're discussing a very important topic. We are going to be talking about the report writing, which is your task 1 in your writing module. So जो लोग join करते जा रहे हैं अपने आप को introduce कर देना. It's always good to be familiar with who we are talking to. I've got my stuff ready here, I got my pen tab, I got my microphone on. I'm just waiting for people to join in. So I'll start with the introduction, and hopefully by then we'll have more people joining in. Yeah? So today we'll be discussing about the task 1, as I said, for your academic exam, that is the report writing. And we're going to be seeing different types of reports that you can get in your exam, how you're going to structure it down, and how you will score a lot better than others. Yeah? So obviously everybody's going to write, but you need to know the small strategies here and there which will help you score a lot better. Yeah, so a quick introduction about myself for all those who will be hearing me for the first time, hearing and watching me for the first time. Hi guys, I'm Meenaal, and professionally I work as an architect and an urban designer. I've done my bachelor's from Birla Institute of Technology, that's in Ranchi. I think you guys can't see that top right part, but yes, anyways, it's written that I'm professionally an architect and an urban designer. And as I said, I've done my bachelor's from Birla Institute of Technology, that's in Ranchi. And from there on, I moved to London, where I did MArch from A School of Architecture. I have lived, worked and studied in London for the past 2 years, and I got back recently in June. And I have been taking classes for IELTS for more than 3 years now. And in fact, I'm relatively new on Unacademy, but I have been teaching on different platforms for a long time now. And I have given myself IELTS as well as IELTS UKVI. It's been quite long though. बहुत पहले की बात हो गई, but yes, I've got an overall band score of 7.5 in both of them. So in case you want to see my test report form, I'll give you quick details about it where you can check it out from. So if you'll go to my profile and if you'll go to the special classes, the one on 1st of October, when I actually started on Unacademy, the class is called an overview class. So in that special class, I have put up my test report form. So in case you want to get familiar with the results pattern, you can definitely go up there and check it out. ठीक है? Is there anybody up there who wants to say hello? So that's pretty much about me. So your writing task would be taking place for around 1 hour, right? and in that 1 hour you'll be supposed to write 2 questions. We have Adnan here. Hello Adnan, good to see you again. Adnan, could you please invite others too? So we have more people here. Could you just put a text on the different social media groups if you are part of them, so we can have more people here? Could you please give a quick reminder? Adnan, I hope you got to know about this class today on time. Yesterday it did not show up on the channel for some reason, but I made sure that it's there early today. So as I was saying, your writing module would have 2 tasks and it will be taking place for 1 hour. Your task 1 would be report, which we are going to be discussing today, right? And task 2 would be essays. Yeah, so task 1 in report writing, you will be asked to write it in 150 words. Okay, we have Pachu here. Hi Pachu. Thanks a lot Adnan. Please let your friends know about this class so they can come and join, so we can talk a lot more. Anyways, so your report would be asked to be written in 150 words. I'm sure you guys are familiar, but since I had a lot of people in the morning जो बिल्कुल नया practice करना start किए हैं, so I just want to start everything from scratch, and so everybody who's new also will not feel unfamiliar. Cool? Pachu is putting up something. Pachu says, please tell us about combination of charts. Pachu, have you checked out my academic writing module on Plus? Have you checked it out? उसे मैंने हर एक रिपोर्ट के लिए अलग अलग क्लास में एक वर्ड्स आप क्या लिखोगे, हाउ यू गोना बी फॉर्मिंग ईच एंड एवरी सेंटेंस, उसके बारे में क्लियर डिस्क्रिप्शन दिया है. इन फैक्ट somebody else also asked me about mixing of the charts, the different graphical representations. उससे related भी मैंने strategies बताई है, and how you gonna structure your report according to the 2 different graphical representations, उसके बारे में भी बताया है. Yeah, एक बार do go and check it out. Yeah, और जो भी लोग ज्वाइन करते जा रहे हैं, प्लीज़ इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ. मेरे को पता है कौन कौन आया है, कौन कौन नहीं आया है. Are you guys all for academics today? Adnan and Pachu? So for your report, make sure you're allocating only 20 minutes and not more than that, because your report is going to be carrying just 33% of the weightage of your total marks. So you don't want to spend too much time on one task. You need to keep a little bit more time for your task 2, because your task 2 needs 250 words roughly, and you will need to put roughly 40 minutes to perform well in that. Yeah, and overall weightage of your task 2 would be 67%. So your time management is again very very important. तो task 1 में ये 20 minutes के पहले ही आप roughly 17 to 18 minutes के लिए आप stop कर जाना, ठीक है, after you're doing 17 to 18 minutes, and leave that 1 to 2 minutes to quickly read through. Right, read through से क्या होगा, आपके जो थोड़े बहुत spelling errors होंगे, grammatical errors होंगे, you can work on them and make them correct. Yeah, so that's very important. Try and make sure कि आप 18 मिनट तक तो finish कर ही ले रहे हो, उससे ज़्यादा टाइम देने की ज़रूरत बिल्कुल नहीं है, ठीक है. The moment you see 20 minutes bang on, you need to stop and go to your essays, ठीक है. Similarly, essays में भी make sure you're leaving around couple of minutes at the end to make sure you're going through them again. It's very important. You're going to realize later, but stop whatever you've written, because ये सब चीज़ों से भी आपके marks कटते हैं, right? We have Harvinder here. Hi Harvinder. Guys, keep introducing yourself. Let me know कौन कौन है यहाँ पे. You can say hi, hello. तो मेरे को पता चलेगा कौन कौन है यहाँ पे. Cool. Okay, so I remember your name. Let me guess. Common man is Ankit. Am I correct? ये आपको नहीं दिख रहा होगा ना? Just give me a sec, guys. Harvinder is Chandan. चंदन, आपका एग्ज़ाम हो गया ना? और ये आपका एग्ज़ाम होने वाला था ना पहले? हो गया या अभी नहीं हुआ? See, I'm correct. I remember. I try to remember my student's name. I'm just trying to double check if you're the same Chandan I'm thinking or you're a different Chandan, because there was one Chandan in my class जिसका एग्ज़ाम था, I think 23rd 22nd ऐसे कुछ, I guess, I'm not sure. So you know you're different. Okay, cool then. Cool. So I have new Chandan now as my student. Interesting. So anything, I hope everything is clear here. I'm going to also tell you why you have to save these 2 minutes, right? Because you need to understand one thing, that your micron criterias are not only on what you've written, there are other subdivisions of your marking criteria too, right? So marking criteria bhi hum log abhi, I'm going to be going through and telling you how your marks are going to be allotted to you. तो आपको उसमें better clarity आएगी कि क्या कैसे 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 आपके marks कट रहे हैं. So it's not just finishing the task, but you have to make sure you're working on it smartly to extract marks from correct places. Yeah? I hope this is clear. So quick introduction about what report exactly would be like. Hi, I think मेरे को याद है बास ट्रिब्यूट का नाम मुझे याद है. I think it's Ritwik. Is it Ritwik? Is it Ritwik? Anyways, so your report writing, trust me, is gonna be the most interesting part of your exam. मज़ा आएगा ये करने में. मेरे को तो बहुत मज़ा आता है. I love doing report writing because I feel it's the easiest thing. कुछ लोगों को ये difficult लगता है because generally all your report questions are going to be in the form of graphical representation, right? So, by the way, everybody okay with English? Anybody wants me to mix Hindi too? Anybody who wants me Hindi, just tell me the mode of language. Bang on, yeah. Anybody who wants me to mix the languages, tell me language के सब लोग एक बार मेरे को language comment करो. English, Hindi और mix. तीनों चीज़ में से कोई एक चीज़ बताओ मेरे को. English, Hindi और mix. Harvinder is saying that's why you're a teacher. Exactly, Harvinder. Language बताओ मेरे को एक बार. Tell me the language which you're comfortable. Okay, English. बाकी सब लोग भी बताओ. I want everybody to let me know because I'm gonna be modulating accordingly. English only. Cool. So I guess everybody has mentioned. Okay, cool. Chalo, let's go. Let's go ahead with English today. Only English, nothing else. Cool. Chalo. So cool. I think everybody has already commented and everybody wants it in English. Cool. So as I was saying, in your report writing, you'll always have a graphical representation. So you're basically transferring your information from your graphical representation into your textual format. So there's the different sort of a format that plays role here. So graphical representation will be converted into text. So you don't have to mess around with what you actually know or you might know, or you've heard it from your school, you've heard it from your friends. You don't have to use your brains at all over there. You just have to translate the graphical representation in your words. Keep it simple and keep it very close to what you see in the graphical representation. No need to add any additional information from anywhere, from anyone. Clear? So there are different types of graphs that you can see in your exam, right? And you're not going to be getting anything other than these categories. ठीक है? Bar graph, line graphs, pie chart, table, map, diagram, or sort of a process. I'm going to be showing you an example of each of them quickly, so you roughly know what sort of a question format can come for each of these reports writing. Yeah? So as I was saying, you're going to be leaving couple of minutes, 1 to 2 minutes, you're going to be allocating after you finish your writing to make sure you're correcting it, because your marks is not on just what you've written it on your paper, but there are a couple of small things जो आपको ध्यान रखोगे आप, तो you can score better. वो लोग जो 6 लाते हैं और जो 7 लाते हैं उसमें माइनर चीज़ों का डिफरेंस आ जाता है. 6 band score lana is not that difficult, but jumping from 7 to 7.5, you need those smart strategies. Yeah? And how you're going to do that? You're going to understand where you're going to extract those marks from. You need to know कि वो छोटे marks जो बाकी लोग गलत कर रहे हैं, आप उसको correct करके marks कहाँ से extract कर सकते हो. Cool? So we'll be discussing it. We'll be discussing the marking criterias in context to your report writing today. And if in case there's something which I'm speaking and you're not able to comprehend, you can comment and ask me to repeat again, because this is very important for you to understand. And all those who are joining in, kindly guys introduce yourself, so I can just keep a track of who's in my class and who is not in my class and who is not listening to me. Is everything clear till now? Now you know why it's very important to understand the marking criteria, because you want to score 7+ band scores. Yeah? So first and the most important, first of all I want to let you know, all the 4 of them carried 25% of the weightage in your marking. सबका 25% each weightage रहता है. So all of them are equally important, guys. Yeah, all of them are equally important. So the first and the most important one is your task achievement or your response, right? So as I was saying, what you'll be doing is you have to stick to transferring the information that you see in the graph to your text. आप कोई भी फालतू की information, you're not going to be adding any additional information, even if you know additionally so many things in the world in context to the graphical representation, you're not going to be talking about them, because they're going to be seeing how well you're able to comprehend what's given to you and how well are you able to interpret that into your textual matter, right? So whatever has been asked to you, how well are you able to perform them, right? So that's your most important thing. So task achievement and response covers all those things. So accuracy of data, how well you're able to transfer the information, how close are you sticking to your question asked, right? So all those things come under your task achievement and response. Second, again, very important one is your coherence and cohesion, right? In context to this, I have taken up a grammar course which will help you score these 25% of weightage. Let me just quickly write it here. So yes, so as I was saying, lot of grammar, there are some topics in grammar that if you quickly brush up on, I'm sure you guys would have studied back in school days, सबके school में पढ़ाई होता है, but obviously in context to your exam, I have put up a course of grammar last month, and I have squeezed it down and I've made it work in such a way which you can use it for your exam. तो अब coherence and cohesion में क्या हो जाता है, that sometimes they want to also check if you're able, if you do have a logical reasoning, right, if you're actually structuring your report in quite a systematic manner, right, do you have a consistency in what you're writing, if you're able to put together or organize your thoughts quite clearly in your writing or not, right. जैसे for example आपसे कोई पूछता है what did you do yesterday, right, so obviously they would want, if they're asking कि आप क्या किए हो कल, you would want to start from maybe from the afternoon, and then you want to go in the evening, and then you want to talk about night. You would not start about talking कि evening में ये हुआ, then रात में I did this, and then go to the afternoon. That's quite not a good format of structuring your conversation, right. You always want to start having a systematic order. Obviously you can talk about, like, you know, talk about these things with your friends in whatever format you want, but obviously from your exam point of view, you do not want to do that, right. So you need to have proper systematic order of what you are writing, and how you're going to do that, I'm going to be telling you. Before you even start writing, you will be working on your structure and format of your report, or in fact even if you're writing essay, before you're writing, you will know very quickly, very smartly what you are writing in each paragraph, what your content is going to be like. So when you actually start writing, आपको पता है आप क्या लिख रहे हो. So once you're writing, you're just writing with a good flow. You're not stopping in between because you already know what you're writing. So you're going to be preparing for the structure before you actually write. And I'm going to be helping you, and I'm going to be telling you how to strategize this preparation time that you would do, and that's going to help you score good. Next one is vocabulary, which is sort of a building lexical resource, right. इसमें again लोग अक्सर थोड़ा गलत सोचने लगते हैं. Again इसका मैंने इसी month I've just finished this course, building lexical resource की I have put up a course in my plus. Again ये दोनों जो चीज़ है ना, grammar और lexical resource, people do not work on. They think यार I'm just gonna work on my writing, reading, listening, speaking, and that's it. You need to work smartly कि जो बाकी लोग तो ये prepare करेंगे ही, आप ऐसा क्या prepare करोगे जो hidden marks आप extract कर सको. That should be your strategy. Where to extract those hidden marks from? Yeah. So there are, discussed in my building lexical resource, many ways how you can work on your vocabulary, how differently some other people prepare and how differently you can prepare, right? Because often you'll hear people sitting and mugging up a lot of new words and not actually remembering for their exam date. I have done this mistake, trust me. I was preparing for GRE. It's been long time though, काफ़ी time हो गया, and I used to do this, and I realized when I actually used to go ahead with the question, when I used to practice the question, and I could not remember these words. वो words आपको कभी नहीं याद रहेंगे. अगर आप सोचोगे कि आप रट के चले जाओगे तो वो बिल्कुल नहीं होने वाला है. So anyways, I have discussed how you would be able to do it better in your building lexical resource course. So in case you are there on Plus, so do check it out. Yeah, I've just recently finished it. And the examiner is actually not checking out how difficult words you are putting up. They just want to see how diverse your language is, how well you can talk about one thing in 10 other ways too. Yeah, so don't do that mistake. Again, very important point, grammar, जिसमें वो काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें check करेंगे. For example, how well you've structured your sentence. Instead of writing small sentences, how are you able to make a nice, complex, good, long sentence? They would check on punctuations, your tenses, your numbers, all those kind of things they're going to be checking. And that is why I have been telling you कि आप ये सब भी छोटी छोटी मिस्टेक कर सकते हो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल एप्पल एंड एप्पल्स, दीज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स इफ यू डू you can lose marks. So you need those last couple of minutes to make sure you're going through them and you're correcting them. Any questions till now? Any questions till now? Can I move ahead? Good. So first one, now we're going to be seeing one by one. I'm going to quickly make you familiar with the different kind of questions you can get in your report, right? So we'll be going through them one by one quickly. The first one that is in front of you is an example of bar graph, right? Bar graph, I'm sure you all have done it in your school days, है ना? School days में हम maths में करते थे. Which part of maths we used to do bar graph? Do you guys remember? Maths के कौन से topic में करते थे? Are you guys from maths background? If you've done these sort of questions in your maths course, आपको बिल्कुल टेंशन लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Do you remember? So in your bar graph, obviously you're going to have informations vertically. Ankit says statistics. Anybody else? Anybody from science stream? Who all have done science and who all have done commerce and arts? बताओ, फटाफट से बताओ कौन science, कौन commerce, कौन arts है? Ankit is from science. High five Ankit, me too. Who else? Guys, come on, be talkative, yaar. You need to talk. Otherwise you're gonna get bored with what you're studying. You need to be quite active. And if there's anybody who's joined in new, you can just say hi to me. Anyways, so in your bar graph, you're going to have information vertically as well as horizontally always, and you'll have these pop-up bars in front of you. So you'll have to extract informations vertically as well as horizontally and start connecting them, right? So for example, this graph is trying to show the percentage of male and female academic staff members across the faculties of a major university in 2012, right? So this sort of a statement will always be given in your question itself. Wo in one liner is going to always explain you what the graph is, and after that you'll have to give an attention to what the heading of the graph itself is, along with it what's happening vertically and what's happening horizontally, along with a small legend that will tell you which bar is denoting what. Cool? So that's just an example of bar graph. Obviously when we do questions we get a lot more familiar, but the first step is to just get familiar with your question types. Ritwik is PCM, physics, chemistry, maths. Cool. Me too. Anything you want to know about this anymore? Is it clear? Let's go to the next one. The next one is By the way, yes, it's statistics. It is statistics. So Ankit, you're correct. Adnan says the bar graph illustrates. So Adnan is giving me an explanation of what he understands. That's also a very good job you're doing. So in case you guys want to put it up in front of me, you can definitely do that. Yeah. So Adnan says the bar graph illustrates academic staff members of male and female percentage. Academic staff members percentage of females and males during 2012 of university faculties. Good. So Adnan has quickly understood it and he's tried to interpret it, and he's put it up in his own words. Yeah, good. So let's go to the next one. The next one is line graph, right? Line graph में भी आपको similarly आपके vertically or horizontally informations रहेंगे, जिसको combine करके you have to find what the information is coming up like. Yeah. So you'll have different sort of lines going up and down. They might be following at some same point, they might be converging or diverging at some different points, right? And each of these would have some sort of a legend. Each color would be explaining some sort of a legend, so which you need to be looking at, and the description of the graph will always be in one line in the question itself. So for example, this graph is talking about the proportion of 4 different materials, which is here, that were recycled from 1982 to 2010 in some country, in a particular country, right? And my heading of my chart itself is saying recycle rates for selected material from 1982 to 2010, right? And all you can see, you have percentage going vertically, and horizontally you have the years. Yeah, so that's a little bit about your line graphs. Next one is pie chart. Pie chart का भी हम maths में पढ़ चुके हैं. Pie charts किए ना हम लोग maths में. We have Sumit here too. Hello Sumit, good to see you again. In case you guys want me to go a little slow or explain something again, you can let me know. Next one is pie charts, right? So I'm sure you guys have done these sort of a question in your maths classes before. So for example, here you have a pie chart that shows where energy is used in quite a typical Australian household, right? So basically it's going to be talking about the energy distribution in different households in Australia. Yeah, so your heading of your pie chart is saying household energy use in Australia. Yeah, and you have different sections that is denoting in terms of percentage uska kitna usage hai, right? You have different elements depicting different information in terms of percentage, right? So you can also get pie charts are quite common questions to be seen in your exam, right? Next one is your tables, right? Table में भी आपके जैसे table, as we've all been doing table questions, similarly ये वैसे ही रहेगा. You'll have columns and rows, right? Columns में अलग information, rows में अलग information, and you'll have to start connecting them to put out a singular information. Yeah, and you'll always have a heading which will be telling you what is going on in the entire table. For example, this table shows the amount of electricity that is used according to the number of occupants, right? So you have number of people in the house, right? एक घर में कितने लोग रह रहे हैं, and in terms of kilowatt per hour per year कितना consumption हो रहा है electricity का, right? So you can have similar many questions. And table is one sort of a graphical representation which is often mixed with some other sort of Yeah, so it is often mixed with some other graphical representation too. टेबल को अक्सर कभी आप पाई चार्ट के साथ देख सकते हो, कभी लाइन ग्राफ के साथ देख सकते हो. So often you'll see a table chart being mixed with some other graphical representation too. Adnan, chart or graph में basically they are synonyms basically. You're just talking about a graphical representation, you're just putting it out in different synonyms. Yeah, it's just an illustration का synonyms, अलग अलग forms में आप बोल रहे हो. कोई chart हो गया, कोई graph हो गया. ये सब report के ही. So I generally say graphical representation to all of them. I do not say chart, table, this and all. I just say graphical representation to all the different categories because they are a little more than textual content. Clear? Then you have maps. Maps is actually my favorite category because I'm an urban designer and I absolutely adore these questions. ठीक है? Maps में आपको mostly you're going to be seeing some sort of a discussion on the city development, country development, country's growth, some sort of an urban development going on. Yeah? So you'll have different sort of years mentioned, and they're going to be showing the transformation that took place from that particular duration of time till now. Yeah, for example, this is an example of some city, Fontibon. Yeah, and as you can see, it's growing in terms of area, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of transportation from 1962 to 85 to the current situation, right? So this map shows the development and growth of infrastructure in Fontibon and its associated areas or its neighborhood or a period of time. Yeah, it's quite easy to do maps. I love doing maps, trust me. But इसमें एक tricky चीज़ ये होता है कि इसमें बहुत सारी information होती है जो आपके सामने होती है. You have to be smart enough to pick out the ones that you should talk about. Yeah? Last one is the diagram and the process questions. Yeah? इसमें often you're going to be seeing some sort of procedures that is following up, right? कोई चीज़ का process चल रहा है, something is being built, constructed or formed, right? So generally you're going to be seeing either some sort of product starting from a discussion of raw materials to the associated structure that it needs to be used, and then the final product, right? So it's going to be showing you a process through a diagram, right? For example, इसमें आप देखोगे कि यहाँ पे cement production की बात हो रही है. So you can see like couple of all the raw material that's going through your machine, through your structure, and your then it's converting it into your bag, so you have your final products in your bags, right? Similarly, for your concrete production, you can see different things coming together in terms of raw material and then being grinded to get your final material, right? So the diagram shows the stages and equipments that are used in the process of cement and concrete production, right? Now what we're going to be discussing is we're going to be going through the structure of the report. Remember, I was telling you guys that how can you score well in your coherence and cohesion? You can do that by preparing before you actually start writing. And that is what we're going to be discussing very briefly. Obviously, we do not have so much time. I've done that very elaborately in my academic report writing, and I'm launching a new course, guys. You're going to be seeing it from tomorrow on my profile. Start हो रहा है वो 1st of December से, ठीक है? And all those who think कि English already अच्छी है, they just need a quick brush up and a quick practice. In a month, this course is for you. So the course that is starting from 1st of December is going to cover all your 4 modules in 1 month. So it's like a crash course. So I'm sure this is, I know because I've prepared myself, so this is the particular time when there are so many people trying to write their exams before January, February, because you want to put up your application. So that's why I thought, why not in this 1 month, let's have a crash course so everybody can prepare in quite a confined time to be able to put up your examinations in January or February and put up your applications for the next year. ठीक है? So it's starting from 1st of December and it's going to cover all your 4 modules. So it's a crash course and you're going to be seeing all the information about it on my profile from tomorrow. ठीक है? Any questions till now? Was everything clear about whatever we discussed? Should we start with the structure? Anything you want to ask? Anybody wants to ask anything, or should I go ahead? So for your report writing, you would stick to writing 4 paragraphs and you can completely trust as to what I'm saying, because I have myself given the exam and I have got really good scores in my exam, which I just mentioned at the beginning of my class. You can check out my test report form also. I'm not just giving out scores without giving a proof, so you can check out my scores too. And I've been living in London and I've been helping a lot of students out there too. So trust me, please stick to the structure that I'm just discussing, because I had a student in the previous class telling me, nahi, ye to nahi likhna hota hai, wo nahi likhna hota hai. Guys, just you can completely rely on me for this, completely. ठीक है? So everybody saying move ahead, good. Chalo. So for your report writing, make sure you are structuring your entire discussion or your entire conversation in your 4 paragraphs, and I'm going to be telling you what all content you'll be needing for each paragraph. ठीक है? Your first paragraph, and guys, also for your report you'll have a separate sort of a context, and for your essays you'll have a very separate context. Please do not mix them up. अलग अलग पैराग्राफ की स्ट्रक्चरिंग होगी, अलग अलग तरीके से आप कंटेंट लिखोगे दोनों में. प्लीज़ डू नॉट मिक्स देम. एसेज आर वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम योर रिपोर्ट्स. प्लीज़ डू नॉट मिक्स इट. ठीक है? तो योर फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ विल बी योर इंट्रोडक्शन पैराग्राफ, वेयर the first and foremost thing you're going to be doing is you're going to be paraphrasing the question, right? Paraphrasing ki I just took a class in I think yesterday. So if in case you've missed it, you can check out the YouTube class. The class was actually put out quite late, and I remember Adnan complaining about it, that he could not get a note of it. So anyways, it's put up on the channel. So paraphrasing related आप एक बार check कर लेना उसमें. ठीक है? So in your introduction paragraph, you're going to be writing your paraphrase statements, and this is actually your report writing sentence opener. So it should be very, very beautiful, in fact, in terms of what you're writing, right? Because you want to give a good impression to the examiner. You want to tell them that I'm able to comprehend what the question is trying to tell me, and I'm going to be writing it in my own words as to what I have understood. right? And I've talked about the strategies of paraphrasing already, so I'm not going to be wasting my time in talking about it again, but make sure you're listening to the paraphrasing thing as well. And paraphrasing का मैंने बहुत detail में अपने building lexical resource course में बताया है, doing practices and questions, very smart strategies, because paraphrasing is one thing you will need in all your 4 modules. You cannot run away from that. Yeah, so that's your first paragraph. You're introducing, you're paraphrasing, and you're telling the examiner that I can actually understand what the question is trying to tell me. ठीक है? उसके बाद next paragraph जो आपका होगा, that will be your overview paragraph, right? In your overview paragraph, you're gonna be writing the key features of the chart, right? What does this mean? So for example, if you have a sort of a bar graph, right? You have a sort of a bar graph. Sorry for the bad drawing skills, forgive me for that. But जैसे आपको मान लीजिए आपके पास information है, try and extract the highest point and try and extract the lowest point and put the information in your overview, right? So you're basically talking about your extreme ends, right? You're just introducing the idea that you've understood your graphical representation, and you are going to be elaborating about them in your body paragraph, right? So you're doing 2 things in your overview paragraph. You are introducing your conversation about the graphical representation, where you are talking about extreme ends, highest, lowest point, right? Those kind of information, which will also give the examiner a rough idea of what you're going to be talking about in your body paragraphs. Good? Clear? Next would be your body paragraphs. 3 and 4. 3 and 4th paragraph will be your body paragraphs, right? Now this is the area, these are the paragraphs जहाँ पे आप detailed information लिखोगे, right? कि in terms of अगर मेरा graph यहाँ पे रुका है, ये 53% है, these kind of information you're gonna be putting out in your body paragraphs, right? For example, if I have 2 bar graphs, I'm gonna be talking about 1 in 1 and second in second, and I'm gonna be going in depth कि कितने से start हुआ है, कहाँ पे ख़त्म हुआ है, and then you have to put out comparisons too. Again, a very important point, guys. Even in fact, there are many times the question will tell you do comparisons. Even if they don't ask you to do comparisons, you are gonna make sure that you are doing comparisons. Please do comparisons. ठीक है? They give you good scores, right? Because they tell the examiner indirectly that I'm able to assess information a lot more than you're actually trying to tell me. I'm smart enough to put out comparisons and introduce it into my textual contents. Yeah? So जितने भी detailed information है आप अपने body paragraph में डालोगे. So that's briefly आप अपने paragraphs में क्या करोगे, अपने overall report में क्या करोगे. ठीक है? And when you are doing that, you're going to be following 5 steps, right? Quick 5 steps for your report writing. First 2 steps जो है, these 2 steps are something that you're going to do before you write, right? So in your exam, you are going to be writing beautiful essays, getting good scores on your coherence, cohesion, task completion by doing these 2 steps first. First 2 steps में क्या है कि you're gonna give time to analyze the question, and second you're gonna identify the main features. ठीक है? You're gonna do these 2 things before you write, because if you do this, which I'm gonna quickly tell you with an example in the follow-up time, you will be able to jot down all your content, all your information, what is gonna follow what and what's gonna come before, right? So when you're actually writing, you are not stopping in between, because sometimes what happens, the moment you start your second paragraph and you write your second line, you suddenly realize like, damn, I could have just put this down, or maybe on my last paragraph and I started writing here, or maybe you should have written it in your first paragraph. it often happens. I'm telling you this from my personal practice. It happens. So to avoid all these sort of a messed up situation, you need to structure it before writing. ठीक है? तो आप analyze करोगे question को और अपने main features graphical representation के identify करके small rough quick note बना लोगे, and then you're gonna go and write your introduction, then your overview, and then your body paragraphs. Is it clear? Is this clear to you guys? Any questions till now? Any questions? All going good? Great. Ankit has replied. What about others? Who all are still listening? कौन लोग सो गए हैं? Anyways, once we start doing the examples in terms of report writing, right, which I've already done in my academic course. So when you actually start practicing the samples, exactly, Ankit is saying sample reports, when you actually start doing it, it's gonna get the whatever I have been discussing on these 2 slides, right, it's gonna get a lot more clearer. ठीक है? या तो आप मेरे प्लस वाले कोर्स पे आके एक बार चेक कर लेना, राइट, क्योंकि यहाँ पे हमें उतना टाइम नहीं मिलता ना गाइज, वी हैव लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ आवर्स, सो आई कैन नॉट I'm just trying to give as much as I can in the limited time and not do any bakwas, right? Anyways, so whenever how you're going to be analyzing your question is, whenever you have a question, you're going to be seeing it into 3 quite different notations, right? Sumit says present. Good, Sumit. So your sentence 1 जो मैं आपको बता रही थी ना ग्राफ दिखा के कि okay, Adnan is here too. Good. जो मैं आपको ग्राफ दिखा के बता रही थी ना कि this is what it's describing. So always you'll have your first sentence which will be describing your graphical representation, and it is a very, very important statement to look at because that will help you paraphrase your question, because that is what you're going to be writing in your introduction paragraph. ठीक है? Next would be your sentence 2, which will tell you the instructions. Now this is very important to focus on because you will be sticking to writing about them, right? Obviously there are going to be hundreds of the things that you could write in your exam, but you're going to be sticking to what the instruction is trying to tell you, right? And then obviously you'll have a graphical representation, किसी भी format में आए. So basically your question will have these 3 things forever. Cool? Now when you're reading your sentence 2, the instructions, you have to be careful about finding your main features, right? Because you have to select your main features that the question is asking you to talk about, right? And then you're going to be writing about them. Because अब जब graphical representation देखोगे आपको बहुत सारी चीज़ें लिखने को मन करेगा, but you have to stick to writing what's been asked to you. Now how you're going to identify your main features is the second part. आपको अपने graphs में आप main features कैसे extract करोगे? You can ask a couple of questions to yourself, right? For example, your most of your graphs will have some sort of a time period shown, right? Time periods के क्या होता है कि आप decide, में से बहुत लोग पूछ रहे थे ये चीज़ कि how would we decide what sort of grammar, what sort of a tense we're going to be talking about, right? So this is where you're going to be focusing on your time period. Every time you see a graph, most of the times you'll have a time period written. So look at the time period very carefully, because with the time period you're going to decide on what sort of a tense you're going to be writing over. ठीक है? अगर वो पहले की बात हो रही है, वो बहुत पुरानी बात है, you're going to stick to talking about past. present and future accordingly. So give attention to the time period that is given, because that will decide your tense in your conversation. ठीक है. सेकेंड में आप सेकेंड और थर्ड पॉइंट बेसिकली ये है कि the moment you have to decide over your main features, what you can do is you can look at things that are going same, right, or if they have remained same over the time, or even if there are some features that are constant, that are static, right. So that could be another very smart way to find your one main important feature. Another second important feature that you can find is something that has kept changing forever. कभी static नहीं रहा, वो हमेशा move करता ही रहा. Yeah, and that can actually help you put out comparisons too. Or sometimes you can also talk about extreme edges, right? कि ये सबसे ज़्यादा इसका ये था और सबसे कम इसका ये था. There could be many other ways, but you have to be extracting your main features right before you start writing, right? दो तो for sure आप निकालोगे, because you're gonna be putting them down in your body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2. So you need two features, two main features, right, to divide them into the different body paragraphs. And you roughly would now know what you're actually going to be talking about in each of the body paragraphs. So because you've quickly made a note that, for example, that if I was to talk about the maps, yeah, so for example जो मैं आपको ग्राफ में maps का question दिया था, map में there was this school that remained same forever. Even in the 10 years, school remained same forever, right? And in body paragraph 2, I can say that in terms of road infrastructure, they kept bringing and introducing new roads, new streets, right, new bridges. So things that kept remain the same and things that kept changing. You have to look out for the main features. There could be anything. I'm just giving you an example how you're going to be distributing and making a quick note to know what you're going to be talking about in your body paragraphs. Now since you've done everything, now you're going to start with your introduction. ठीक है? Your first paragraph is your introduction, where you are paraphrasing the question. I have a quick question here. I want you guys to give it a shot. Give it a shot, guys. Try and paraphrase this. The question says the map below shows the village of Stokeford in 1930 and 2010, right? I'm not going to be showing you the graphical representation. You can introduce whatever you want, right? You can introduce whatever you want, but just try and convert that sentence into different format. You can add additional informations you want. For example, as I was saying, you can talk about transport infrastructure, or you can talk about whatever you want, but just try and convert it. Or let's just take this example only. Just give me a second. Let's go to the map question. Yes, let's just take the example of this. Yeah, and try and put your comments out there. Just give me a second. What I'll do is I'm gonna दिख रहा है आप सबको? try doing this. Try doing this. Let me just convert this question so you can get Chalo. Somebody wanted to practice right now, wanted to see a sample. So now I've converted the question so you can practice with a sample. Yes, you have to just write the paraphrasing. So you have to write the introduction paragraph. Chalo. Try. So the map below shows the village of Fontibon in 1962 to the current situation. You have to paraphrase it. Give it a shot. आप लोग टाइप कर रहे हो तो मेरे को थम्स अप देके बता दो तो आई विल वेट अदरवाइज आई विल गो अहेड बिकॉज पैराफ्रेजिंग की मैंने प्रैक्टिस ऑलरेडी करा रखी है बट सिंस समबडी वांटेड टू डू सो आई क्विकली कन्वर्टेड इट सो यू कैन एक्चुअली राइट इट डाउन एंड आई कैन रिव्यू इट लाइव फॉर यू लिख रहे हो आप लोग या शुड आई गो अहेड Okay, Ankit has written something. The following map chronologically demonstrates the development in the village Fontibon since 1962. Okay. That's a good approach, Ankit. That's a good approach. But sometimes what you can do is you can skip writing following. You can say the graphical representation or directly the maps. Yeah. Avoid talking in terms of following. The map is you can just directly go. The map chronologically demonstrates the development in the village Fontibon from 1962 to now. Yeah. फॉलोइंग नहीं यूज़ करना बाकी कोई लिख रहा है एनीबडी एल्स इज राइटिंग और शुड आई मूव अहेड ऋत्विक इज क्लूलेस कोई बात नहीं ऋत्विक आप प्लीज़ मेरी पैराफ्रेजिंग वाली क्लास देखना मैंने उसमें बहुत सारा क्वेश्चंस करवाया है ठीक है चलो डन So after you've done with your introduction paragraph, you're going to go to paragraph 2 and you're going to be writing your overview paragraph. ठीक है? You're going to be writing your overview. Guys, every time I ask you to put out an example, right, make it like it's very important. मैं आपको यहाँ पे live बैठ के आपका review कर सकती हूँ. So obviously try and always try and utilize your time. आपका एक minute count करता है. So every minute you're sitting in front of your camera, listening to your tutors, make it count. make it count. ठीक है? In your overview paragraph, which is your second paragraph, sorry, which is your second paragraph, you're going to be talking about the overall general changes, right? Remember what I was telling you? You're going to be just talking about the extreme points, the highest, lowest points, and you will also at the same time try and introduce about your conversation in your body paragraphs. ठीक है? इसमें कोई भी डिटेल इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं डालनी है, जो भी इन टर्म्स ऑफ परसेंटेज था, लाइक 53% ये हुआ, और इफ यू नॉट टॉक अबाउट कंपैरिजन दैट इन दिस ईयर that sort of element went up ahead of the other one, all those sort of information you're not gonna give, you're gonna put out a very general statement. ठीक है? And obviously you're gonna keep your vocabulary soft as possible. कोई भी heavy vocabulary use करने के चक्कर में अपना sentence गलत मत बनाना. Actually there are so many people in my plus also, they write the reports and they send it to me to review. And I realize in the course of using difficult words, people are not able to frame their sentences properly. So do not do that mistake, guys. Try and be simple and make your sentence correct. Okay? After you've written your overview paragraph, you're gonna go to your detailed paragraphs. Sumi says Pontoon has developed over the decades as clearly visible from the maps such as infrastructure and land use changes and development. That's actually a good paraphrasing, Sumit, but in terms of how you're going to be writing in your introduction paragraph is not actually that format. The format for writing your introduction paragraph for first line is different, but in terms of just a paraphrasing task, you've done good. ठीक है? Then obviously now you got your detailed paragraph, then you can go ahead and talk about as much detail as possible. Extract all the details and all the detailed information from your graphical representation and throw them out in your detailed paragraph. कुछ भी नहीं छोड़ना, सब लिख देना. Cool? So that was pretty much about your report writing. And a quick good news, for as I was saying, 1st December से new course launch हो रही है, which is a crash course for 1 month covering all 4 modules. और इसके बारे में आप मेरे प्रोफाइल पे कल से देख पाओगे. It's gonna start showing on my profile. So guys, I want to see you in my class because I can see I've got some smart students here who just need थोड़ा बहुत support and you're gonna make through, right? Another very important point कि मेरा new course launch हो रहा है, which is for speaking and listening starting from 22nd of November. So please go ahead and quickly take the subscription because I don't want anybody to be missing on good points. And speaking is, trust me, my favorite part. That is one of my strong point. I've got an 8 in both the times I've given the test, IELTS as well as IELTS UKVI. So I can actually help you out and you can completely rely on me for that. Yeah. So that's how the subscription page would look like. You have so many options, 1 महीने का, 3 महीने का, 6 months का, 12 months का, whichever one you want, you can go and opt for it depending on how you assess your English to be, right? And subscription के there are so many advantage. आपको everyday 30 plus live hours मिलते हैं, right? And the courses are depending on which language you're comfortable, उसी हिसाब से आपको मिल जाता है. And personally me, I always ask in my class which language people are comfortable in and I work accordingly. And at the same time, when you're subscribing, you're accessible to all the educators, which is actually the coolest part on Unacademy. You are accessible to listen to whichever educator. I have so many students in my class, in my plus class, जो कहीं और से subscription लेके आए हैं, but they're listening to me, right? Strange, but that's how it works. Good for the students. And there are new courses जो हमेशा launch होती रहती है, right? And the prices, guys, are, trust me, they are not so much because आप physical classrooms में जाओगे तो बहुत महंगे होते हैं and आप बहुत expensive exam दे रहे हो. Why not prepare properly? Please prepare properly before you actually write down the exams. ठीक है, बिकॉज मेरे को बहुत लोग आके बोलते हैं कि मैम हम 3 बार ऑलरेडी पेपर दे कर आए हैं एंड वी आर नॉट गेटिंग गुड स्कोर्स. सो ट्रस्ट मी, यू विल एंड अप राइटिंग द एग्जाम अगैन एंड अगैन, विच मेनी पीपल डू. सो मेक श्योर आप एक बार ठीक से प्रिपेयर कर लो, बिकॉज दिस इज गोना रिमेन फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ. आई एम स्टिल ट्राइंग टू शो ऑफ माई स्कोर, इवन इट्स बीन एजेस. इट्स जस्ट लाइक आप 10th 12th का एग्जाम देते हो, अपने कॉलेज में क्या ग्रेड आती है, यू यूज़ इट फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ. व्हाई नॉट जस्ट प्रिपेयर वेल. या ले लो, 1 महीने का आप ट्राई करके देख लो. एनीवेज मेरी 1 दिसंबर से कोर्स लॉन्च हो रही है, तो एटलीस्ट टेक अ 1 month एंड सी हाउ इट वर्क्स फॉर यू. एंड बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली एक तो प्राइस सस्ते हैं, प्लस इफ़ यू यूज़ माई रेफरल कोड फातिमा मिनाल, यू गोना बी गेटिंग 10% डिस्काउंट. एंड इफ़ यू आर ऑन अनअकैडमी ऑलरेडी, तो आपके क्रेडिट स्कोर्स भी बन गए होंगे, जिससे आपको एडिशनल 10% मिल जाएगा. 20% डिस्काउंट तो आपको ऐसे मिल जा रहा है यार. Why not just come and just get your things cleared? You spend this amount of money over a weekend chilling out with your friends, so why not just use it productively? Yeah, so get your subscription quickly, because एक तो मेरी course 1 दिसंबर से भी आ रही है और एक 22nd से भी start हो रही है, और इवन इन फैक्ट जो प्रीवियस कोर्सेज मेरी फिनिश हो चुकी है, आपको उसका भी एक्सेस मिल जाएगा. यू कैन गेट एक्सेस टू ऑल द कोर्सेज दैट आई हैव टेकन एंड आई एम गोइंग टू बी टेकिंग इन द फ्यूचर. सो इट्स एक्चुअली वेरी प्रोडक्टिव गाइज. आउट ऑफ ऑल द प्लेटफॉर्म्स दैट आई कुड पर्सनली गो माई सेल्फ, आई ऑप्टेड टू कम ऑन Unacademy. सो ट्रस्ट मी, you can trust me too. Or I am also available on Telegram, Instagram and Facebook in case you have any further questions that you want to discuss with me, so you can connect with me there too. And there's another special class है जो कल नहीं हो पाई थी, जो लोग टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम की वजह से, आज मैंने उसको 7 PM में पुट अप कर दिया है Unacademy पे. सो प्लीज़ आप लोग वहाँ पे भी आ जाना, right? Other than that, please take the subscription. I'll be waiting for you guys in my plus class, right? So I need to see Sumit, Ankit, Ritvik, और कौन था, मेरे को नाम नहीं याद आ रहा. Let me see. Adnan, yes, Adnan, I want to see you in my class for sure. Yeah, you guys, I can with what you're writing, I can quickly assess कि आप लोगों को थोड़ा सा push चाहिए. You guys are already at the right platform. ठीक है? So use my subscription referral code and get the subscription quickly before you miss on the class. And I'm going to end the class now, and I'm going to be seeing you 7 PM on the special class on Unacademy. ठीक है? I hope you like the class. मेरे को thumbs up दे देना class के बाद, और मेरे को बताना कि मेरी class कैसी लगी आपको. ठीक है? Thank you so much guys for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the future classes too. Bye bye. Take care.